And Ovef Ow, just in case. We still have to tell people how to say it.
You're going to be explaining that until the band is no more.
I know.
Welcome to Con Carne. I'm James Van Hostel. Con Carne presented by Alex Ross Art. Alex Ross is a titan in the world of comics and graphic novels. His painted, photorealistic style is the gold standard for comics art, and you can see everything he's done. You can see what he's done with those classic DC and Marvel characters by going to alexrossart.com. In fact, you can also buy exclusives and original pieces from Alex Ross, alexrossart.com. Con Carne also sponsored by 90 Days in the 90s. 90 Days in the 90s is a book. It is a fiction book written by Andy Fry. It's a book about time travel, going back in time to Chicago in the 1990s. A fantastic time to be around music and pop culture, and that's exactly where Darby, the lead character of 90 Days in the 90s, goes. She jumps on the Gray Line, part of the CTA. The Gray Line takes her back to Chicago in the 1990s, and there she soaks in all those moments, bands, pop culture memories. Then the question is, does she come back? Does she want to come back to the present day or stick it out in the 90s? Find out 90daysinthe90s.com to order your copy of the book. Con Carne also sponsored by Easy Automation, easy-automation.net. Are you a homeowner? Are you ready for a truly smart home? Doesn't the idea of minimizing your energy usage while maximizing your comfort sound good? Maybe it's time to find a better Wi-Fi network solution so you can spend more time streaming, gaming, or sitting on Zoom or Teams calls while you work from home. You need to hook up with my friends at Easy Automation, easy-automation.net, to get started, to get a quote, to find out what they can do for you. They have more than 30 years of collective experience in the industry, and they'll tailor a service package that fits your lifestyle and needs. Easy-automation.net or call 630-730-3728. And here we are. I hope that wasn't too much.
No,
No, that's great. Sounded nice.
Did it? Well, now we're back from commercial messages, and here I am with Ovef Ow.
Woo!
Hey!
What a delight. I'm here with Marites and Nick. That is Marites to my right in the passenger seat if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. In the back seat, that is Nick. Nick plays guitar. Marites, vocals, bass guitar of this wonderful band. They are eclectic. They're compelling. They're challenging. They're cool. They're art rock, they're post rock, maybe even a little surf rock, and you can see them at Empty Bottle, not far from where we're recording right now. That'll happen Monday, August 28th. It's the record release show for Versus the Worm, and it's absolutely free.
It is.
This band is a value at any price, but this show is free. How much would you pay? I'd pay $50 to see this. You could see it for free on the 28th at Empty Bottle. We are at El Original Chavas Tacos.
Yes.
And we have tacos. So let's see.
My favorite.
Dig in.
You both picked this. It's a 24-hour thing. Is this a band hang?
Oh, yeah.
It was. I mean, we used to practice at Superior Street around the corner from
we're
here.
on Grand, right?
Yeah, and so this was definitely like a stop for me coming home between work and going to practice. And then even before we were practicing at Superior Street, our older band practiced just around the corner from here. I forget the name of that space, but El Original has been here through all of it.
Like an old friend, we're back visiting today. Can I see what you're eating, Marites?
Yeah. So I got 2 tacos. I got their, what did I get?
What did you get?
The
Looks yummy.
pork taco. And then I also get their chorizo. I swear by their chorizo taco.
And I followed both your leads, and I got horchata. I love horchata.
Yeah, it's so great here.
It's like drinking rice pudding.
Usually I get a Topo Chico, but I didn't want to build up too much gas and accidentally burp throughout the interview.
It'd be fine. This is good horchata.
Yeah, really good.
Are you
Really
kidding
milky.
me?
Holy cow.
Great, yeah.
This is a dessert.
Yeah, this place, I've been going here for maybe over 20 years. I can't remember how long this place has been here. But it's always been here 24 hours. I don't think they've ever closed.
Well,
Maybe they remodeled once.
I said this to both of you before we started recording. Their parking lot is bigger than most CVS or Walgreens parking lots.
Right.
And it's for the 24-hour taco place. This lot is huge.
Absolutely.
Like it's comically large.
Yeah.
It's like... Oh, go.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I think this is the most it's been used since street parking is closed right now.
For sure.
But because it's so hard to get to, you have to go through an alleyway. And then
that's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say for about 10 or 15 years, I never knew that it even had a back patio, and that's a secret place. It's wonderful.
Well, summer's not over yet.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. I mentioned the word eclectic when I started describing the band. Doesn't even scratch the surface, but we got to start somewhere. What is the origin story of the band?
Well, Sarah, Kyla, and I played together in a band called Me Jane. We started playing together, I think, in 2011, 2012. So the three of us have been together for more than 10 years. And we had a different guitar player and singer at that time. And then basically when she left around the end of 2014, 2015, we reformed. Well, that's when we moved from the old practice space to Superior Street. And then I think Nick had just moved into town, and Sarah knew him through her husband as someone who could play guitar. And so we invited him to join us. I think actually we had just played an Alex Chilton cover show at the Bottle. I don't know if they still do those, but we had to learn 3 songs, and then they offered to record us. And so because we needed a guitar player, I think we recruited Nick for that. And
I was already going to the shows, so I was a fan, not because I knew the husband of the drummer, but because they were a kick-ass band, and it was just sort of like, hey, Nick, yes. That would be
that
wonderful.
easy.
Yeah. I didn't, and I'm not. I swear to God, I don't think I knew an Alex Chilton song at that time, but they all did. And
What'd you cover?
We did September Girls.
Yeah,
Of course.
Big Black Car. And then we also got to do Alex Chilton by The Replacements. Because that was like one of the few exceptions.
That's
you could
fair.
do that or The Letter.
Yeah, those would be the two. Yeah.
So we got to record September Girls for the comp, but I don't know.
it never came out.
Yeah.
It went away. We don't know where. They're somewhere out there, and they're going to be amazingly valuable at some point.
So you came together as kindred spirits. I mean, some pre-existing relationships and band relationships there, but the sounds you make, the sounds you create as a band, definitely not your standard indie rock sounds. You clearly have a shared mind for approach and the way you look at your art, which is a really lucky thing. But talk a little bit about that, how you all gel.
Yeah, we have a lot of overlapping influences, but then a lot of our own unique influences. And I think that's where our sound really converges between all the different things we like, but then also have a sense of like what sounds good to us collectively.
Yeah, we very much like go to practice with completely different ideas and bash them out. This is not like a beautiful essence that enters the room. It's we bash them out, and if someone doesn't like something, no, I don't like that at all. Let's go to the next thing. So what you get is really just hacked up songs of all of our different influences and put together the way all 4 of us agree on it.
So there's a lot of tough love being shown?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And but there's also no like single soul songwriter. We usually like come in with like seeds of ideas and then just build and build and build on that.
I'm trying to listen and talk when really all I want to do is drink this horchata. Like I'm trying to pace myself. It's like holding a Kong toy with peanut butter in front of a dog's nose. Like I just want to go after this thing. So I mentioned the release show, Versus the Worm, release show at the Bottle on the 28th. First full-length album. Let's talk about Photography. One of the songs we've been able to hear from this album. Anti-social media song?
Yeah, basically. I forget how it became that way, but Sarah definitely came up with like the main hook of the chorus for that part, and then I added to that idea. So she came up first with Photography. Does it change what you think of me? Mm-hmm. And then I just ran with that came up with words for I guess what are the verses in between.
Are you responsible for sucking on the teat of technology?
No.
Is that Sarah or you?
I don't know. I think that I'll give that credit to Sarah. I'll give that.
Which, to be clear, we are 100% sucking on the teat of technology right now.
Absolutely.
I have my hard drive recorder, I have my camera, I have my light, I have my cell phone that's recording. Yeah. I am sucking like crazy right now.
I mean, we do live in a crazy, ridiculous world of where we can't live without our devices. I used to pride myself on the fact that if I drove somewhere, like I, went to a place, I could remember how to get there forever. Sure. But ever since, started using GPS and Google Maps, I can't even find my way home without turning on Google Maps.
Right, and don't get us started on phone numbers.
Yeah.
I have no idea what anyone's phone number is.
Right. I've only memorized my husband's phone number in case of emergencies, because I'm like, I definitely need to know how to call you if I'm anywhere without my cell phone.
Another song we've been able to enjoy so far from the new album is Mad. I dare you to dare me. I'm quietly preparing for your annihilation. Yeah. This is it's a love song.
Oh, definitely. Countries that get along and love each other also threaten each other's existence with nuclear weapons.
With the collective of the band, there's many ways we can go. We focus some lyrics on political stuff and things that we feel that we need to say, and then with the videos we take quite a different approach, or with the stage actions we take a different approach there, and you can see different things in the song, not always just basically focusing on the lyrics.
Yeah.
Pam helped us out with photography's video, and that was just amazing. And then we've been doing videos, putting them out, single people in the band. Marites did one that's coming out tomorrow, and I did Mad, the video for Mad.
Fantastic.
And they all take different routes, sometimes focusing on stuff that we wrote in the song, and sometimes not. Left out of left center.
Making videos is fun.
Yeah,
it is. I really enjoyed it as a medium for expressing the themes of a song. I think when we write songs, they might be inspired by a specific moment or a specific instance, but I hope the themes outlast the thing that initially inspired the song, that people can find a way to relate to.
Other songs on the album which we will hear, especially probably live on stage at the Empty Bottle on the 28th, Big Black and the Preacher. Is this a Steve Albini comes to Jesus sort of thing?
No, it's not. I know. It's actually about the Attica prison uprising of 1971. And there are two characters. So I learned about this thing that happened for a long time I was listening to Democracy Now! Daily. And just I think in one of their episodes they interviewed someone who was at Attica prison and advocating for criminal justice and prison reform. And Big Black is actually, he was one of the prisoners who was there at the uprising, who became a leader later on, advocating for, what happened at this uprising. A lot of men were shot, and a lot of men were killed, including officers, a lot of prisoners. I think the National Guard came in and just basically, because the prisoners had taken over the prison to demand better conditions. Right. And so Big Black was one of those men who later on demanded justice for that incident, and actually got a huge settlement from the state of New York later in life, I think it was in the early 2000s, so much later. And then the Preacher is actually another man who worked at Attica for a long time. He was a correctional officer, and he got the nickname Preacher because he thought of himself as a very religious man, but he would recite Bible verses before beating up prisoners and abusing them, and actually has a ton of lawsuits against him because of his abuse. And so the song is really about these two characters in the same place, and just how we view where they lie in the moral spectrum. One man who was in prison for committing a crime but became a hero and a leader, versus a man who was hired to enforce justice and abuse that power hidden behind the shield of Christianity.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So again, the album's Versus the Worm. There's a song on the album called Do the Worm.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a fanciful dance number?
I mean, it kind of is, but
Straight up fun dancer.
yeah. You know what's funny about our songs? Like, they get really dark in terms of like where the lyrics are coming from, but they sound really fun.
And those are some of my favorite kinds of songs.
Yeah. So Do the Worm is actually about sexism in the workplace.
I saw those training videos.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's about just just running into sexism in the workplace and just advocating for yourself.
Awesome. So this will be available on vinyl. Mm-hmm. Who in the band has the best record collection?
See, now you're picking fighting words.
mean,
I'm going to say me right now because I said it first.
Squatters' rights.
yeah, I'll support you.
But maybe Marites is a close second.
I think it depends on what you think of as best.
Oh, wow. Quality?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, because I have I have some gems. I find like lots of like obscure women-led post-punk from the late 70s. That's like the latest thing I've been collecting. But Nick, I think you have like a cool depth and variety to your collection. Like you always play stuff when you DJ that I'm like, wow.
Yeah, we're DJing coming up here soon at Liars Club to also promote our
nice.
record release show.
Mm-hmm. On the 25th, we'll be DJing at that show, and so we get to show off our really awesome record collection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I bring some some classics, maybe a little bit of prog music, but definitely if the
Nothing gets people on the floor like prog.
well, yeah, they I'm playing this in the basement normally, but then there's and if there's the right people there, I'll pull out some death metal, 90s death metal or something like that. But I think between all of us, we have probably every kind of music covered.
All right, so Empty Bottle is the record release show. Go there. It's free. It's absolutely free. And, we're recording on a Monday night. There's something great about starting your week doing something fun. I mean, a lot of us work Monday through Friday, day jobs. What a great excuse to get out and kickstart your week and not have to think about work.
Oh, definitely. I hope people come. I mean, Free Mondays at the Empty Bottle have always been super fun. Love the lineups that they usually bring in. And also, like, we're planning some really cool stuff for the show, specific for the show that I think if you heard about it later and weren't there or saw pictures later, you'll be sad that you missed it.
You're creating FOMO.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're working with two or three people outside the band on different aspects of the show that we will confirm later.
Okay, again, the 28th, the album, Versus the Worm. I think you guys are a blast.
Thank
you
you.
all are a blast.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to stop recording because I feel bad. I don't think you've eaten at all, Marites. We've made you talk too much, so you haven't enjoyed your dinner.
All right, maybe I'll just have one bite for the camera.
For the folks at home.
There we go. Yeah, I really do have tacos.
There it is. As advertised, food in the car. It is an elegant affair whenever you eat tacos in a car. Thank you. We'll see you at Empty Bottle. Support the new album. If you are watching or listening, please support the band. And thank you for watching and listening.